one down. Let's test. We have 3 Kerbals in here. Specifically, we will have Jedvan, Bill, and Bob in there. We're gonna need them to have more than 5 days of supplies. I mean, it's 5 days is probably barely enough. We don't need that much more than 5. But again, safety. As far as I'm concerned, safety first. So, Kerbalism. These small pressurized tanks will likely be enough, so that's a bit of a downside. We have way too much surface. This as a solution is not needed. This is way too much. I may seriously have to look at the number of mods I have, because these small little delays make clicking a little bit annoying. Let's just get a bunch of these. See, if I have oxygen in this, that gets us oxygen for 18 days. That's more than enough. Just use the one, that's 11 days. That's already enough. Maybe I should add them here, though. That might be worthwhile. These will burn up on re-entry, but that's okay. We won't need them on re-entry. We have one for oxygen. We have enough nitrogen anyway. Water. Does this also keep water? No. Water is in these small supply containers. That is a bit more tricky. I guess in that case... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We put one of these small octagonal struts. Place them there. And see if you can place something like that to the side. And I just want the one. Probably move this closer here. Thank you for that follow. Maybe shrink this one down. Thank you for that follow. Who knew that so many people were interested in Kerbal? Not a big fan, but okay. Actually, we don't need a second one if we just get this tank here. The mass difference is very big, though. That's not good news. Might be a little bit strange, and of course, technically impossible to move through this docking port through a storage thing. Oh no, that looks horrific. I don't like that in the slightest. Okay, looks like we will have to end up getting this supply thing just dumped on the side somewhere. So I'll take that cubic octagonal strut, place that somewhere like here maybe, grab this thing, place it on there, and as before we scale this down and we move that. I suddenly realized we do need to. We need both food and water. Let's see if this is actually enough. If we have food and water in this, we have water for 6 days. That's cutting it a little too close for me. So in that case, we will put this on either side here. Grab this. But this one we have to do one at a time. Grab that there. Actually, no. We'll double up on this. I was thinking I'd have to define each individually, but we need both food and water. So 8 days, I think, should be enough. Thank you for that follow. Let's see. That gets us the life support that we need. We're gonna want electricity on this. Just to be safe, just to be sure. We're gonna want communication. And again, I like fail-safes. I like backups. There we go. Have I thought of everything? Nope, I haven't. We wouldn't burn up, but we'd crash. Whew. Imagine my frustration. Have we done the entire mission and we'd end up dying because we didn't have any parachutes? I would be so annoyed. Thank you for that follow. Okay. Well, about 9 days of food, 9 days of water, 5 days of oxygen. Oh, yes, 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 oxygen. We have the food and water, I think. 9 days should be enough. We need oxygen, we need nitrogen. No, nitrogen we have. Oxygen, and of course a place to store carbon dioxide. Now that we can solve with these tiny little tanks. This will do one at a time. Because one of these we want for oxygen, which now for 18 days, and one of these we'll configure for carbon dioxide. Thank you for that follow. Oxygen for 11 days. That should be enough. So I believe we should have enough. And thank you for that follow. Let's get a little bit of shielding. We should have enough to get us there safely. Enough life support. Am I forgetting anything? Let's go down the list, because as you know, we don't have any reverts. This will be, oh god, what? Which one? You know this, in the Apollo 11 mission, what is this one called? The command module? What is the abbreviation for that again? You have the LEM? Living is nice, yeah. Yeah, keeping them alive would be quite good. Landing anything but corpses is my goal. Thank you for that follow. Okay, we're not going to colonize this. We're not going to bring anything more down. We have the EVA items. We're not going to do any construction. Checked. Our life support. We don't need hydrogen or ammonia. We have the food. I think we're okay life support wise. Ejection module might be worthwhile. But this only has one crew, so we need to add 3 of these if we want to be safe and have an ejection module for them. It's limited use though. This is very limited use item. All this will, oh god. Yeah, that really looks like the mods might be getting the best of the game. But it might be worthwhile. Who knows? It might save our lives. Can maneuver it. Let's see. We don't need any connectivity. We don't need any lights, I think. I think we're probably okay. We don't need any science on this baby. We have our communication. Battery pack. That's a good idea. That might be something I want to put on top. Plenty of battery room to keep everything loaded. We have a thermal shield. We don't need any ground things. We don't need aerodynamics on it. We don't need a payload yet. Thank you for that follow. I think we're good structurally. We have the reaction wheels that we need. We should have the Delta V. Because again, this is all about... Oh, that low thrust to weight though. That very low thrust to weight. Ugh, not a fan of that one. We may want to opt for a stronger engine. This is not... The ISP is 320 in vacuum. But we may want to go for something like this. Thrust to weight is... 0.88. It's not good. But it just might be more relevant to have something along that line. I dislike the large profile, but we're gonna need thrust to weight. This has a lot, but now comes the important question. Too little fuel, I think. What was it? No, wait, 1630. This is enough. This is the Delta V that we need. Hey, Joe Ramsey. Welcome back. Oh, wait, you already had your stuff. You're already back. Perfect. 1630. This would get the entirety of this to the Mun and back. Let's check. We have our Kerbals. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I'm so nervous about this. Thank you for that follow. So, my plan is, like the Apollo 11 mission, for no other reason that we can do it, and that it is pretty cool to do it this way, we're gonna put them underneath each other like this. When we decouple this, struts will automatically decouple as well, right? I'm gonna enable this staging. I believe, please do correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that if we strut it, oh, not like that. I believe if we strut these together, they will help with stability during flight, but they will break as soon as we decouple. Oh, I'm gonna have to Google this quickly. Apollo 11. Because it was the LEM? Was that CSM? Command? All signs, insignia. What was the main module called again? Guess it was the CSM, the command service module, of course. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Structures despawn on separation. Okay, good. Good, good, good. We are safe then doing it like this. Okay, let's think this out. What's going to happen? We're going to get this into orbit. This ridiculous thing that's going to be so much tougher than just a normal lander. We're going to get this into orbit. We're going to blow open fairing. We're going to decouple this thing, move this out, turn it around, move it back, couple it, then decouple this thing, move the entirety out, and then use this engine to do a burn to the Mun. Or actually, didn't the Apollo 11 mission do the burn with the other engine? Ah, never mind, never mind. We're gonna do it like that. So this entirety we want in a payload. This is the most insane creation that I've ever built. Hold on, before we do this, staging. That means in all likelihood, it's probably a better idea to disable this staging. It's already tricky enough. This is correct. We want these to decouple and this to be happening at the same time. This we don't want happening at the same time. This one we don't want to fire until after this one's been separated. We don't want that one to fire as well. Okay. Seriously, I don't know why I set myself this as a goal. Just making a lander, getting that to the Mun is so much easier than doing this. Because the weight, the sheer weight that we're now going to have to bring into orbit is daunting. Wait, don't be so weird. There. Okay. So this stuff, just to double check. I know it's about 4K. Okay, this side says 3.5K delta V. That would be impressive. I've never managed that. No, from surface to low orbit. Yeah, about 4K is realistic. That's, I think, what I can do. So, I'm just guessing that's gonna take 2 of these, and we're gonna pump these up to a good large size. This gets us... This does not have enough fuel for us. It just has a... it could use more delta V as well. So let's do our tried and true awesome design, because I just love the look of it. Adding extra engines like this. I love the look of it. Because I want more thruster weight. That is actually too much, so we're going to be scaling these down. The thrust that it gives. There we go. But I just love the look of these things. So maybe... There we go. Pop them out a little bit like that. Now... Oh, wait. Kerbal. Oh! That does not... Thank you for that follow, by the way. That does not have the thrust to weight that we need. And that's not even atmospheric. Atmospheric, we're definitely not going to have the thrust to weight. Ay. Thank you for that follow. So this solution is not even going to work. 0.74. Well, thanks for that follow. Follows are pouring in today. 1.18. This is also just already not what we need. We're gonna need to figure out how to get more thrust. The real Apollo was 3 stage to orbit, but most KSP ones are only 2. Yeah, unless on real scale. I have a real scale game. It is so difficult to get that done. I'm still struggling, just working out how the fuel situation works. Staging doesn't have all 5 engines together. Oh! Thank you, that was silly of me. Yes, that will have been the issue. Let's just check how this works. 0.76. No thrust limiter. 0.76. How about up in the air though? That's still 0.95. That is not enough. Okay. We kind of need gimbaled engines in space though. Let's... Thank you for that follow. Wait, 0.74. And if I scale this up, and add these, and of course move these up to the same space, that gets us 0.8. But the difference in size is ludicrous. Maybe if I clip it a little bit for visual for the visuals of it. This also looks slightly ridiculous. Just as a profile for a rocket itself. It does get us a lot of thrust to weight though. And atmospheric as well gets us 1.5. Now, let's see what I can do to add to this. My god, I've never had as many follows as I'm having right now. Thank you so much for that. This is not going to be the answer, but I just want to see what that does. This, yeah, it doesn't even have the weight to get in there. And also wouldn't add as much. Now I'm thinking probably drop tanks might be the solution here. Maybe don't scale them up to 2 meters, just increase the size slightly. Can you increase the size slightly? Because I just know this button. I don't know if there's an adjustment we can make to that. I think it's either 1.25 or 2.50. If you know of a way to scale them in between, that would be great. Now, what if I just add drop tanks, which we cannot do because I don't have any fuel lines. So this doesn't help me. Darn it, that's difficult. If I add a bunch of reliance, though, add these to that. This is the most difficult thing I've tried to get into space. Click on the bar between the arrows where the text is. Wow. 420 Ninja? Wow, that is the best thing I've seen. I did not know that that was an option. Thank you for that follow. That way you can scale all 5. That is amazing. Follower count's overflowing. Isn't it just, Joe? Isn't it just? Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, so you scale them to a general proportion, then you fiddle around in that proportion. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Where have you been all my life? So, let's see. What if I indeed do something like 1.55? And I scale these up a little bit as well, because I want something like a thrust to weight of 1.5. So, first goal, I think, then, is to make the central one... Don't be so difficult. Let's put this one down. Central one. And we're now at 1.09. Now, if I can scale these up to, say, 1.4... gets us 1.3 thrust to weight. Ideally, I'd like 1.5. Because we have to remember, for liftoff even, for liftoff we're probably going to need extra engines. .675, and if we increase this to 1.5, there we go. Thank you for that follow. You scale one up, then copy it, life becomes easier. Yeah, I was hoping to get these into maybe different sizes to fine-tune this. Thank you too. Because I like the look of one large central engine and then a number of smaller engines surrounding it. So that gets us 1.5 in a vacuum. Also remember, they would shut down that center engine during flight to lessen G-forces. Yeah, that would be something that would be in the actual Apollo mission. I don't think we will be able to do that. Still, we're struggling with getting the 4K that we need. And I don't think solid fuel boosters are going to be solving our problem here. But I'm not too sure that something along this line will help. Let's just add this and see how well it does. Let's say we fire all rocket engines at the start. 2.7. This just gets us 500 more delta V. My God, how did they ever manage to get that thing up into the air? Maybe a possible solution would have to be to literally make a larger middle stage. Something like this with a single large swivel engine gets us 2,700. In atmosphere, it gets us good thrust to weight. Because it might just be that we need a very large, really something larger. There we go. We need something as large as this. This is insane. Oh wait, I've literally gotten that up one too far. That explains it. Get that down a scale. Get that down a scale. Thank you. So we fire these, and then we decouple this and fire that one. It gets us 3,000. Getting there. We're getting there. In our most insane of rockets. Why do I have to do things the hard way? It's never easy. It's never just, hey, let's just get something to the moon. It'll be fun. You know, why not? It's always, no, you know what, I'm gonna do an Apollo 11 recreation, even though we don't have the engines or the thrust or any of the things we need to do it. Thank you, that fellow. See, we're getting heavily diminishing returns from doing this. Maybe... thank you. Maybe we need to think about upping this one. That definitely gets us the delta V that we need. This is the most inefficient nonsense rocket that I have ever built. I don't think I even have a normal adapter for this size difference. I don't think something profiled like this would even... see, that wouldn't even work. Be a very odd profile change. Maybe a shorter tank. Hey there, Fub! Yeah, that might be a good idea. Maybe instead of trying to go bigger here, getting a shorter tank, that's a good idea. Something along the lines of that next one down. That's 1526. And if we add this... Gets us 885.